All right, so you guys, Bree, I mean, I feel like all of you guys probably know Bree, but she's awesome. She is actually under Anita, but I asked her to come on today because we were chatting, was it like 2 weeks ago now? Maybe 1 week ago?
Forget a week or two.
A week or two.
I feel like
Anyways,
those blur
she,
together.
I know, really, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
But she's killing the game in so many different areas of coaching. She has hit Success Club at 10 for 5.5 years in a row. So I think we've decided that was like 70-ish months. And she's also hit like Success Club 50, like insane numbers. She has been 3-time premier coach. She's a 6-figure earner, full-time coach, along with her boyfriend, Aaron. She's in the top 50 in the central region. But like, in addition to all of that, her stories are like so addicting to watch. There's some, like, whatever you do to your stories, I like keep tapping and I'm like, I need all of the things that she's wearing and using and doing and all of that. So tonight we just thought we could do like a Q&A and answer any questions that you guys have. Right before this, I did ask them what their goals are for November. So just so Bree, you get an idea of who's on. There's everyone ranging from people who want Success Club 6 and 2 coaches to Success Club 10 on both their and their husband's accounts and shooting for Diamond this month. So kind of a variety, but we're all focusing on recruiting mostly.
Cool. Totally. I mean, I'm an open book. I think that the more casual, like, thanks for letting me hop on. Like, this is, I don't know. I think it's my favorite part of the business is like chatting with coaches that really want this and are excited to get on calls because honestly, it can be lonely. Like, it can be really lonely. You sit on your computer and your phone and you're trying to build this tribe and find your tribe. And so I think it's so important to like plug into calls and expand your network of what coaches and what teams you're talking to, because there's no right or wrong answer on how to build this. You'll talk to somebody and they'll have a completely different opinion. So I think Q&A is good. And then take a nugget and run with it if it sounds like something that is going to work for you. You know, I think that's huge. Is if it sounds like something you want to try, if it sounds like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been missing, or you get off the call and you go, that's great, that's working for her, I think I'm going to do this, or it inspired me to whatever. So taking action after every call, I think that's what I learned really quickly in my business was don't just sit on the info. Every national wake-up call I got on was like, what's one thing I can implement in my business today? Like a 1-degree change or tweak or just like a little bit of motivation to take with me. So I love Q&A. I think it's, I mean, we did that at our last Super Saturday. We just did a big panel and we were able to answer like everybody's questions because I think, you know, we like to speak at our team and then it's like, yeah. I don't know if that was helpful. What are people struggling with? So anyway, thanks for having me on.
I love it. Yeah. So does anyone have any questions off the bat? Kelsey, Shauna, or Amber's driving, so that might not be safe. If not, Bree, what was like the number one question that you got at Super Saturday from those girls?
Well, we had a huge range. It was kind of crazy to like, because there's always either guests or newbie coaches or people thinking about 2 seasoned, like veteran coaches that are trying to grow. But I think the common theme was like how to like find people and like what platforms to be on. And I think you have to know where your client is hanging out. And I know it sounds way easier than it is because we're like, well, I don't know who my client is. I'll take anybody, especially as a new coach. I was like, my cousin Bob, my Aunt Sally. But I think if you write out who your target person is and you know who you want to speak to, like know where they're hanging out. I made a joke. I was like, I do TikTok videos, but like my crowd is not hanging out on TikTok. Like, you know, hey, Stephen King, like you've got this weird hat on, you're 16, like you're not my demographic. Like, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Like, you're not going to be my next challenger. So know where your people are hanging out. Are they hanging out watching stories? Are they hanging out watching fashion bloggers? Are they hanging out on blogs? Are they hanging out on Facebook groups? Kind of just like figure out where they are. And that can take some time. Ask people in your stories, like, where do you hang out? You know, if you're scrolling your phone, where are you hanging out? What's your favorite app? Ask your audience and start polling and seeing like what they enjoy seeing, because if you're putting content out there that like your consumers don't want to see, you're going to lose them. So sometimes like adjusting what you share to who you have right now. And then as you grow your audience, you can start sprinkling in other things. So for me, it was being really consistent in sharing my fitness journey, but also knowing like right now, people follow me for clothing. And I'm like, I'm trying to sell this wellness brand, but if I don't share links to stuff and share like where my sweatshirt is from, people stop watching. So I have to know that my demographic and the people that are watching me are watching for that. So just knowing that they hang out in stories and they want like a quick to the point link, they're like, I don't care. I'll ask the questions in DMs, and that kind of creates the conversation. So I can link a sweatshirt, and then, you know, people are like, well, how tall are you? And in my DMs, I can start conversations. I'm like, oh, this girl is da 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 da, and I can creep her page and then go to an invite from there. But I think just asking and engaging people on your stories. I think so many times we're speaking at people without adding actual value for them to take away. You know, we can like share our stories, but people don't care about your cat. They care about like, what are they going to watch your stories and get from it for them, right? They want to tell you their opinions. They want to tell you their ideas. They want to tell you whether they like something or not. They want to take that quote and screenshot it and reshare it. So giving content that matters to your client, not necessarily just me, it's all about me. Same with my posts. I'm like, what value does my client leave with? What value does my follower leave with? Sharing my story is great, but what do they get out of it? What can I share the story, but also like turn it into, you know, what they're going to come away with reading and going, oh my gosh, she's talking like that helped me, right? Because like a story about my past doesn't really do anything for them if they can't relate, or if I can't turn it into something that my client's going to relate to. So I think just asking a lot of questions in the beginning. So you guys are all like emeralds, kind of pushing to diamond. Building that consistency, building that tribe takes a lot of engaging. I know, like I spent hours upon hours, like late nights, just trying to find my tribe, like finding people that I wanted to connect with, finding people, because I didn't want to sign up, you know, my cousin Josh and his friend Tony. Like I wanted friends. So that can take some legwork. I know Sam has made a video, I'm sure you all have seen it, about how she's grown, how she lost her Instagram, and like how she's grown like that genuine connection following again. It just takes some legwork, but again, that goes back to like knowing where your people are hanging out. A lot of my girls are hanging out on the Like to Know It app. A lot of my girls are hanging out on other fashion bloggers. So I can go there. Those girls are watching fashion blogger stories. That's what they want to see. I know that they're there commenting and asking. So I can start seeing what kind of clothes they want to see, what kind of like fitness posts they want to see. They're all about the workout outfit. They're all about, which I used to wear the same workout outfit. And now I'm like, I gotta mix it up. I gotta get some workout gear. I feel like we're the same sports bra. So I started incorporating like workout clothes, but just knowing where are those pages, those already built pages that have your target audience captivated, right? Like you might not have a big Instagram, but where are those pages that you can go start connecting? And I go to fashion bloggers pages and I'll just see who's commenting. Maybe it's just about an outfit, but I can then connect. I can like their comment. I can comment back instead of like even going to their page. I can be like, oh my gosh, Sam, I agree. Those pants are freaking amazing. Did you get them? Right? So that engages them. And then they're like, who the fuck is Bree? Like, why is she reading my comment from 2 weeks ago that's like 230 comments down on this blogger? But it notifies them, right? So I do that a ton. I go to and just comment back on somebody else's page. I'm like, oh my God, aren't they cute? Oh my gosh, I need these, whatever. So that's what I do to find my target clients. And then I think the biggest thing is just getting your invite out there. A lot of people say no. I was pulling up my invites from last night and I haven't marked them, but like this is what I did at 10 o'clock last night was 50 invites. I do it before bed because then I can wake up to new conversations. Or I can wake up and say, nobody responded. I need to hustle my ass off and invite a ton more if I'm going to get Success Club this week. So it gauges like my prospects, and I send out a quick like, hey Kelsey, I hope you're having a great day. Not sure if you saw in my stories or not, but I'm hosting my final group for the for 2019. We're going to be working on fitness and health goals and stay on track while also enjoying the holidays. Is that something you'd be interested in? Whatever your invite is, I send that over and over and over until I hit 50, 60, and that's at 9 o'clock at night. That's the final thing I do. So again, I wake up and I can be like, okay, so nobody responded, and that happens. I'll have like one girl respond and be like, no, thank you. Like, cool. But I know that my tasks for the day, because Success Club is my goal, and Sam said a lot of you guys are trying to push for Success Club, that hitting that benchmark is going to take more effort then. Because I am like, people are gearing up for the holidays. People are gearing up for Christmas. Ain't nobody trying to like get on some diet. Like, so making sure you're really consistent in your stories so you can use that as an invite. Hey girl, I don't know if you saw my last few posts or saw my stories. This boosts engagement, because the first thing they're gonna read, I don't know if you saw my stories, they're gonna go watch your stories and be like, no, I didn't. So you're boosting engagement, you're building momentum on your page as far as Instagram going, oh, the people that are following her are like watching her stories. They want to see it, and that boosts the algorithm in your favor. And it also just gets it out there so they start seeing again, because you have probably anywhere from 200 to 10,000 followers, and only like 2% of those people are going to see your actual posts. So boosting your invite out there to as many people as you can every single day is engaging with your followers, and is cultivating relationships, whether they say yes or no. But that's how I literally field in so many people a month, because I just power through, and I don't even think about it as they're going to say yes, they're going to say no. I just look at it as I'm engaging with my followers. They're already following me. And so I talk to people like, how do you do that many invites? It's just a task. I set a timer. I give myself like, see how fast I can do it. And I click on the tab. I don't even go to like my stories anymore. I used to be like, hey, I saw you viewed my stories today. And now I just go to the top, my followers, and I go through that list by A to Z. And you can do that by just typing in A, right? Like to search a friend, I just do A, and then B the next day, and then C the next day. So by the time I've gone through the alphabet, I can start back at A, and I probably have new A followers, or it's time to follow up or send a new invite to A's, if that makes sense. So it's a really simple process of just going through. And it helps me weed out. If somebody, you guys can like go to somebody's page, and if it's somebody that you're like, I do not want to be connected with this person or this store or this brand, because they're not going to be engaging on your page. I have tons of like shops and stores and spam pages follow my page. You can go to like the corner and be like, have this person unfollowed. Like, I don't want them to follow me because they're not engaging on my content, and that brings me down in the algorithms. So I do that too. So it's a way to like clean out your Instagram. It's a way to connect with your followers. It's a way to engage and send the invite all at once. So like that one task, yes, it's sending invites. Yes, you're hoping to get yeses, but I write them down because then these turn into my invites for like the next month. Because most of these people are like, who the fuck are you? I don't even know I'm following you. Like, I don't, what? Like, so I can go back to this list next week or in 3 weeks and go, hey, Sarah, I have no idea if you got busy and like never saw, I don't know if you saw my message, but I'm hosting my next group and maybe now is a better time. Would you be interested in details this month? Right? So it's a follow-up, and I'm just talking to myself. Like sometimes there's like 5 messages to myself and they read it and never respond. But then I get, you know, in the 2-month, 3-month range of since I've sent the first invite, I get, hey, Bree, I know I've been ghosting you, but I've been watching you and I think I want to do that thing, right? Or they swipe up on my stories, or they fill the form out or whatever because they've been creeping. So you're just trying to get them to creep, right? Your invite is to get them to creep, not to get all 50 people to say yes. So I think that's a huge part of it, is taking the pressure off of like, my invite isn't to get a yes. My invite is to get exposure so that the content that I share is seen and cultivated in those relationships. I should have put my glasses on. I'm trying to read this.
I can read it if you want. Let's see. I mean, first of all, that was amazing. You just kept saying things, and a question popped up, and then you answered it, and then another question popped up, and then you answered it.
Yeah, I kind of was like, that task is repetitive, but I think we underestimate the power of like, the invite is not just about getting yeses in a day. Like the invite is literally knocking out engagement, connecting with your, like cultivating those relationships with your followers, right? And then it cultivates a relationship that shouldn't be there. Like if Tasha doesn't want to be on my page and she doesn't like what I see, it saves me the time because she's going to unfollow, and I'm going to see that and be like, great, she's not my next girl that I'm going to invite to coaching. Like, hey, we're really connected. I just love like chatting with you. Have you ever thought about what I'm doing? I know that they've unfollowed me, that they're not my tribe, that they like, I wouldn't have fun with her on my team. So it just like knocks it all out of the park at once.
I love it. So
And
Kelsey
Stephanie, the ghosting message. Like if somebody pops up, I'm like, girlfriend, I'm a mom of 3 and I know how it can be. Sometimes I miss DMs. Did you see my last one? Or, hey girl, I know you read my message. If you're nervous to respond, no biggie, but I just wanted to see if you had seen it or if you're ghosting me. Like anything like that, they always respond. Oh my gosh, no, I didn't see it. Or, oh yeah, actually I was like kind of nervous to respond, right? And I do that with voice message now, and I get such a good response because they have to play the message and listen to it, and they're more apt to be kind of engaged and then respond versus like popping it open and then exiting out before even giving it a chance. So voice messages are huge. I have horrible eyesight, and by 10 o'clock at night sending invites, I'm like, hey girl, da, 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 and I can save it like a little video or whatever, or my message. But I get great response with like a little, hey, I don't know if you saw my stories today, but I had to reach out and invite you to my next group. If you want details, let me know. So that way they have to listen to it. They're more apt to reply in some way. Or you can say, if not, no biggie, right? Or if they respond no, I always respond with, oh my gosh, thank you for responding. Because first of all, thanking them, they're going to be like, oh, they're not some creepy, weird salesperson that's like never going to talk to me again because I said no. I always just say, thanks, what do you enjoy following for? And then they can either say, I don't know, I had no idea I was following you, or, oh my gosh, I love it because of X, Y, and Z. And that creates connection. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you. And then point them in platform, like I share stuff on Like to Know It, or I have a blog with recipes or a newsletter, or if you guys have a free group or a freemium or whatever type of thing, you can add value to them with whatever they respond back. So, oh my gosh, no, I just followed you because I had seen you share a recipe, or like, great, oh my gosh, and have 3 recipes and be like, I just shared these with my challengers, or I just shared these with my clients. Maybe you'll find them helpful. You can give value back to them, and they see that you're not just in it for the sale. They will remember you and come back to your page over and over and over until they're ready to actually sign up.
I love that. Bree's very good about like constantly sending them somewhere. Like in her stories, she's like, oh, go look at that post and then I'm going to talk to you about it. Or like, go look at that post and enter the giveaway. Or I remember when you were in San Diego, she was like, go look at that and comment on it and let me know what I should be doing in San Diego. So it's like her stories to post to Instagram, IGTVs, messages to all these other places. I love that.
Yeah. We have to remember that people are not like Instagram wizards. Like people are just on Instagram hanging out. So I think like so often we are like in this business and we're like, oh my God, they ghosted me and they know I'm selling them. Like, don't get in your head about it. They probably just opened it and we're like, fuck, I'm gonna move on. Like, I don't know that girl. Like I get it all the time. I get like shampoo, guys. I'm like postpartum of 3 kids and talk about postpartum hair loss. I cannot tell you how many girls I need to be super nice to and just like say a little prayer and be like, hey, yes, actually I have heard of Monet. Like I have 24,000 followers. I have multiple, like, yes, I am not like on the planet Mars. I have heard of your magical shampoo. I don't know if you've heard of, yes, I have. But just know that like people are on Instagram getting bombarded with messages like that all day long. Like we're in a network marketing time period. So like, you're not the only one in their DMs selling them something or sharing something. So stand out, stick around for them to say yes. Like your invite is not the yes. Your invite is planting that seed to cultivate and earn them saying yes down the road.
Love that. Stick around for them to say yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, so girls, why are you not at Success Club right now, or why are you not Diamond right now? What is it that's holding you back if you had to choose 1 or 2 things?
Timing, just spending the time. I am unmuted.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you.
Just spending the time and doing the things, which I think in the last like week or 2 I've been getting definitely better at, but just doing the work. I mean, it is only the 5th too.
It is only the 5th. So Shauna works full time. So Bree, did you ever work full time when you were coaching?
Yeah, my whole year till I hit Diamond pretty much. I was working about 8 months in the business, left around the holidays, went Diamond a month before I hit my 1-year anniversary. So I was like an emerald with 28 coaches. Like I was that coach that was like, why am I not a diamond? I can sign people all day long. I don't understand. But the problem was I wasn't talking about the business. So that right there was like the key. My coach was like, you're recruiting customers. You have a team, but like they're customers. They're when you offer the discount, you have to look at your team as customers, right? And so when I made that shift of like, oh shit, I haven't invited anybody to this business to run this business who wants income from home, who really wants to share their journey, I was tricking people into being coaches, but they weren't coaches. And so when I switched that mindset of, I need to talk about the business. I don't know how to talk about the business, but I can figure it out. I can stumble my way through it. But if I'm not talking about the business, I'm not ever going to grow a team. So that shift right there was like, again, I had like 22, 25 coaches on my team. And the second I talked about coaching and invited people to coaching, I went diamond. So be really intentional that you're sending messages to people that you think would make good coaches to recruit them. And recruit sounds really, I feel like recruit is such a tacky word, but like it is. We're recruiting them into this incredible business. So, I mean, who was it? Haley Christian was like, the programs are awesome. They changed my body, but the business is what's going to change your life. So lead with the business. Lead with that in your stories. What you talk about most is what people will follow you for most. So if you're trying to hide the business, when you talk about it, people are going to be like, what is this weirdo talking about? Like, why is she talking about this? But if you incorporate it every day and like twist it into your stories every day and turn it into your posts every day, people are going to be cultivated to learn about the business, whether they want to or not, because it's just going to be part of what you share and part of your story. It's going to be normal in your stories for you guys to be like, you know, I'm running this incredible side gig and other girls are doing it too. Shout out anybody that gets recruited to your team, even if they're not your coach. Be a badass before you actually are a badass. Like, grow a team. Show that you're growing a team before you even have grown a team. I was always shouting out when my coach was like, I don't know, she was popping 5 emeralds a week. And I'm like, shouting them out on my I didn't have an Instagram when I started at Facebook. I was shouting them out. Our team is growing. It wasn't me, but our team was growing. So anytime someone hit a goal or anytime someone got shouted out on our team page or anytime my coach hit a rank or a goal, I acted as if it was my team because it was, right? Sam is your coach and she's hitting goals, but it's an our thing. It's a we thing. So when Sam hits a goal, you guys go, we hit, right? And you talk about that in our stories. Or one of our coaches just fill in the blank. You talk about your team growth, and my coaches do it all the time now. I'm like, guys, if I have an Emerald Pop, or if I have a coach that's halfway to Emerald, or if I have a coach that's hitting Success Club, we all shout them out. They all deserve that recognition, and we are a family. We're a team. So it is your team growing. It is your team expanding and crushing it. Just because you feel like a newbie and you're like, well, I can't even hit Success Club, or I'm struggling in X, Y, and Z, take some pride in you guys being a team, right? Sam wouldn't be where she's at without you guys and everybody plugging in to hit Success Club, help people get signed up for the volume, everybody, staying active, all of that. So be proud that it's your team, even if you feel like you have nobody under you or if you're struggling in your first goals. Be proud and share those, and people, again, will be cultivated to see that weekly of like, wow, like Kirsty's crushing it, or Stephanie's like got all this stuff going on. Like they have no idea the tiers and all that. Like they don't know network marketing. So seeing that in the shout outs really get people excited. Like, damn, you're killing it. Like they have no idea.
I love it. Ashley LaSure on our team was actually doing that for her, like any coach in her downline, and I didn't know, and I was like, damn, she's killing it. Like all these people are signing up, and she would even shout out challengers and coaches, and so I started to do that because I was like, I could see behind the scenes, like her Success Club numbers were average. It wasn't like she was like super high, but I was like, yeah, I was like, she's killing the game. Like it made me want to join her team if I wasn't already a coach. So I like that.
She's crushing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The FOMO is real. Like on stories, creating that hype of your challenge group filling up or your coach Like you might say like, I'm looking for 2 people. Like I'm looking for 2 people to run with me. I've already filled up a spot, and it can be a random coach on your team that signed up. It doesn't matter if you sign them up, right? We have 3 spots in our mentorship program. You know, Stephanie already signed up and she's got her stuff, you know, on the way. We kick off our mentorship together on Monday, and I want you to be a part of it. Our team hosted this little video sharing more details. Let me know if you want to see that video. This way you're like plugging people in always to the information, because it takes like, I don't know, rinse and repeat of 8 to 10 times for somebody to be like, oh, actually, yeah, I think I want to do that. Like, I mean, how many times do we see like that one pair of pants or that shirt or put something in our cart and we're like, oh yeah, I really want it. And then like 12 days later, it's sold out in your size. You're like, damn it, I should have just bought it. Like, so
true. So Amber said why she's not where she wants to be is finding my tribe, which you already talked about. But with the last couple minutes, a lot of what I hear from my coaches is that they have already gone through their followers, or they don't have enough people engaging. So, or they already have engaged with all of those people. So what would you say to those people who feel like they have talked to all of the people already?
I would say Instagram is going to take some time to grow and cultivate trust. Do you have a Facebook? Is it Amber? Was Amber that said that?
Yeah.
Amber, do you have, or is she on? Did she get off?
Oh, wait, she hopped off.
Oh.
I have called her right after this.
I'm like, well, she's gone. Does she have a Facebook that she's working off of too?
Mostly Instagram, not
okay.
Kind of Facebook.
I would say like it's just easier to add friends and send invites on Facebook. People can unfriend you or block you, but Instagram can be a beast to like find new people. And I also think like we get so stuck in we can only sign up or find my tribe, and now I'm like frozen in find my tribe mode. Like your tribe will find you. You know, your tribe will find you. So stressing less about who is coming in the door and focusing on what you share, and like knowing that the people that are going to come, it's going to take a lot of time. I mean, I still am trying to find my tribe, and I'm 5 years in. So they'll find you. It just takes some time to filter through the non-tribers that are going to filter through your business now. I mean, the people that I hit Success Club from, and the coaches that I hit Diamond with, and heck, the coaches that I hit 1 and 2 star and 3 star with aren't here anymore. So they weren't my tribe. They were my tribe for that season. But now I'm like really intentional about like, okay, I know exactly who I have fun working with, but you're not going to know that until you fail, right? You're not going to know until you sign the non-triber. So I wouldn't get hung up on it. And then finding people. I mean, you can find people. I think, Sam, you do a really good job of engaging and sharing with your team how to go find. Mm-hmm. I mean, I add friends still on Facebook. I just click the top, like on my followers. So if you have no followers, go and engage. You will get a couple followers a day if you focus 20 minutes on engaging with new pages. You will have somebody to connect with and create a relationship with. Unless you're not sharing anything. Like we are.
All these girls are, so we've got that. One last quick thing that I just love that Bree is doing to build a community so that like when people do come to her page, they can participate in it, is the hashtag Babes with Mugs. Can you talk about that for a sec, like why you did it and what it's for?
So actually my followers, so finding your tribe, I guess my followers did that for me. Another way that I engaged girls was like, we need a hashtag, and I am the non-creative, like I love creating stuff, but like when it comes to like peer pressure, like I need a team name. Like we were Bree's Coaches for 5 years. Like I have never had a team name. It's always been Bree's Coaches on our team page. And like when corporate's like, what's your team name? I've just used my upline. I'm like, I don't know. So it kind of came about because I take the kids to school and I use a coffee mug, and people make fun of me and like are like, you're psycho. Like, how do you have a mug, not a travel mug, like an actual coffee mug in the car? So it started as just like this joke, and every morning, whatever. So I asked my girl tribe on Instagram, like, does anybody else do this? Like, Erin thinks I'm like, people think I'm nuts to like have a coffee mug. I just have always done it. I like drinking coffee out of a mug. I don't care if I have to be in the car. I'm drinking it out of my damn mug. So it just started as something of a way to engage followers in tagging me and stuff. So it doesn't matter what it is. And Babes with Mugs has like turned into this like bigger, I tag my pictures with it, just kind of like leveling up boss babes who love coffee. So It's going to be an Instagram page. We just haven't launched it yet. My assistant's working on that. So it's actually going to be this bigger thing. I'm going to feature my other favorite like Instagram accounts on my thing. So it's just like expanding. But I think just asking your girls to like come up with a hashtag that you all can like be like, tag me in whatever. So whatever you're known for, whatever you like sharing, whether it's, you know, your sweaty selfies, like we need, whether it's your team that you start doing it with, or just like you only need a couple girls on Instagram to be engaging with whatever the activity is, but it brings you together every day and people can start searching it. People can follow it. People are going to be excited to tag you in it. So ask your audience once it's something that you've cultivated. It might take a little time to create whatever that is. Like Sam, I always see your ponytail flip. Like, do you have a hashtag for that? Have you created like a thing?
Not yet. I was thinking about that the other day.
I would ask your audience and turn that like, hey guys, like, is this a thing? Am I the only person that thinks this is funny? Like, turn it into, you know, the hair flip, like let's get the Sam flip or whatever you want to call it. And like ask your audience like, okay, we need a hashtag. And a lot of girls were responding with, don't make it just like, people wanted it moms with mugs. And like girls were like going back and forth like, no, because I'm not a mom and I want to be a part of it. So it's this cultivating of relationships and culture of the people that are following you, and you want them to connect. You want them to engage in chat. So just finding something that you have fun with. It was like something really stupid and I would have never come up with it. Like besides my audience going like, so it could be, and it can be the same thing. If you drink coffee in the morning, I know Sam, you drink your lemon water, and you know, just uniting with one common thing that's not Beachbody. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but you know, cat cuddling. I don't know. But then search it. So make sure it's a hashtag that it hasn't ever been used, right? So that's the idea, is like you start to tag your pictures with it. Your team can tag pictures with it so that, you know, you can send people to this one spot that, not to mention they're going to be tagging you using this hashtag. So people are like, who's so-and-so? Who's my friend tagging, right? So you're like, tag me so I can reshare it. So there's that aspect of it too. Just creates, and Instagram loves when people tag you. They're like, ooh, I think my dad was playing the accordion on Sunday for the girls, and I hadn't storied all day. I was feeling like crap, but I did one story last week, literally one story that day, and it was my dad playing the accordion. I hashtagged like accordion dad or something, and I have never been above like 8,000 views. I don't know what happened, but that story had like 8,000 views and so much engagement. So sometimes it can be the quirkiest thing that just get people's engines wrapped. Like, who knew people were super excited about the accordion? But anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it takes
All right,
some time
guys.
to create one. Create a hashtag for sure. And get your audience involved with something that they would like to use, that they would hashtag.
Yeah, and just keep asking. I feel like you do a great job at that. And even you've said so many times, like, ask them what they want and get their polls. It's so true. People want to talk about themselves, not hear us talk at them the whole time.
Yeah, and you can I think the thing is, like, we kind of like end things too fast. So like I did the hashtag and then I kind of like put my favorites, and then I did another comment box. I'm like, okay, out of these 3, what are our favorites? And then I was like, okay, these are the 2, let's vote, right? So just like creating that like wave of continuing to follow the storyline. Like it's always a storyline. You kind of leave people hanging because they want to come back, right? So stringing them along, like start a story. Like I'll start a story and then be like, sorry, I had to pick up the kids. Like people are like, wait, like what's happening? So like always like leave them hanging just a little bit so they want more, right? Like I'll just leave the day hanging. I'll start talking about something and leave the day hanging and then be like, hey guys, good morning. Like, did I miss something? What's happening? Because it just keeps them wanting to come back to check in and be like, where did she go? What? So.
Anyway. So good. I love it. Thank you so much, Bree. I really appreciate it.
Hopefully that was helpful.
All right, guys. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, I can always shoot them over to Bree afterwards, but I'll post the recording.
Yeah, you can always DM me. I'm on my Instagram. If you get a weird message, it's my assistant, but DM me and I'll try to like answer. If you guys like get off and you're like Instagram questions or whatever, I'm happy to answer them.
I love it. And I'm typing in your name, Blushing Confidence. Is it just Blushing Confidence?
Yeah.
Perfect. So go follow her if you want, guys. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to follow. You just go creep.
Before I followed you on my other account, I was stalking your stories every day.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
But, yeah. Okay, have a wonderful night, you guys. Thanks for hopping on.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.